Hello, my wonderful collective. Welcome to my channel. This is me, Slava. Good to see everybody, and welcome the guests of my channel as well. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, my wonderful collective, let's do another reading for you. Let's take a look. What messages the universe have for you today? Let's take a look. What messages the universe have for you today? What messages the universe have for you today? First card, cross. Second card, negativity, karmic. Okay. Well, it's not really karmic. It's not really that you're karma, okay? I don't feel like you've done anything wrong. However, what I see here is it has been a very difficult, painful road for you, right? You carry the cross. It's a painful situation here, okay? What is a symbol of cross? Symbol of cross is a symbol of suffering, symbol of self-sacrifice, right? Christ sacrificed himself on the cross. So cross is very symbolic here. Self-sacrifice, suffering, pain. Some sort of individual here brought this into your life, see? Negativity, negative eyes, jealousy, envy. Could be corruption, could be fraud, could be deception, could be betrayal, could be anything from this point. Some negative person or negative people have brought a lot of suffering into your life. And I feel like you carried that cross for such a long time. There's 3, 6, maybe 9 years, maybe 3 years, maybe 6 years. It has been very painful for you, very difficult. You carry that, you know? But the universe and your ancestors want you to know that this enemy, this karmic enemy, some of you could call this enemy as your karmic enemy, even though I don't sense that you've done anything wrong to deserve it. You've done nothing wrong. Your energies are pure. Let me see, according to the universe, what are your energies? What are your energies? Did you deserve that, enemy? What are your energies according to the universe? Did you deserve this? Did you deserve this? No. No. See, Page of Cups. No, you did not. You, in fact, I see that you are so kind person. The Knight of Cups represents an individual that is always coming to the rescue with their feelings, with their help, and with their support. You helped somebody. You helped people. You could have helped this vicious enemy. You were open. I see your heart was open. You know, there's an expression that you wear your heart on your sleeve. That is you. That is you. You were just simply, here you come to the rescue, you know. You were helping people. You could have helped your enemy. And this is what you got in return. Aggression. Aggression, see? You're like, here, I will help you. Your heart was open. You were trustworthy. The Knight of Cups, it's a card in tarot that represents feelings, emotions, compassion, kindness, sincerity, maybe in some point little naivety. But you did not deserve this stupidity that was barged on you. You were barged. You could have been betrayed by someone you cared for and loved. Also, a Knight of Cups is a card of romance, of love, of trust. You didn't see this coming. You didn't see this aggression coming. This mania. Look at this horse. Look at this psychopaths. They were armored to hurt you, to destroy you, to bring forth suffering to energy. You did not deserve that, right? You did not deserve anything that you've been through, because the person that did this to you, the psychopath, wanted to harm you, wanted to hurt you, wanted to trample you down to the ground so you would never get up. But see, the beauty about you, I'm coming back to you now, is that you said, I'll accept that cross. I'll carry it. I'll carry it, right? It's also a symbol of faith. Symbol of cross is a symbol of faith in divine and in God himself. And you said to yourself, with your beautiful, kind, one-of-a-kind heart, you said, I'll carry it. I'll carry that cross. If God's so willing, I'll bear it. I don't mind. I'll suffer for a year, for 5, for a decade. I don't care. Because you're kind. You're kind. You have a kind heart. But coming back to the question whether you deserve this foolery by this enemy, I can tell you, you did not. I needed it to check to be sure. And once again, you guys confirmed it, that you did not deserve this aggression that was coming your way. Whoever this person is, or whoever these people are, they're getting boomerangs. You need to know that. I don't know whether it'll make you happy. Maybe it'll make you sad. But at this point, everybody receives what they deserve. And this is once again a confirmation that this enemy, that was their stupidity, foolery, speed, anger, and aggression, barged at you. That was deliberate, that was planned. Maybe these people still constantly doing this to you while they're receiving boomerangs. They've already been judged and they're receiving boomerangs. Boomerangs. What are these boomerangs flying to your enemies? Because this is not how you do things in life. You come up as a helper. You trust it. You trust. Let's say if this was your ex or your partner, you trusted your ex, you trusted your partner, you trusted your family member, you trusted the law, because to each their own. You didn't deserve this aggression. You didn't deserve this pain. And that's why your enemy is now in the boomerangs. And I will take a look exactly what they're getting. What is this boomerang? Clarify the card of boomerang. Of course, stagnation. They stopped. They cannot do anything to you. 4 of Swords. They're sitting, whoever this enemy is, sitting in their home. And they're realizing that they turning into a statue, right? Cold, ice, rock. They have a heart of rock. I can hardly even say that your enemy is a human being. Looks like one, speaks like one, but the heart is like a stone. And all of their aggression towards you, all of their aggression is useless, pointless. They cannot get to you. They cannot harm you. And they're mad. They're mad. They're trying. But they can no longer do anything. 4 of Swords. They stuck. They still. And this is their boomerang. Right now, in regards of this enemy, the boomerang is that this is done. Their time, their reign of terror. The reign of terror that they wish to bring into your life is over. That is exactly what it means. Over. One of their boomerang. This is also signifies 4 of Swords is like anxiety, sadness, anger. Yeah, they're still angry because they're angry with the fact that they could have not ripped your heart apart. They're angry because just as you always were a kind person, you remain to be that kind person. That's what makes them angry. And nothing they can do to hurt you. Nothing. So don't even doubt for a slight second that your enemy even has any slight chance of succeeding. I see there's 3 people here. Trio. 3 people. One of whom is a couple, most likely, and there's another person. 3 people are receiving boomerang. And look at that sickness. They're sick. Their boomerang could be, in fact, an illness. An illness that is a bad rest. There's sickness here. Chronic, permanent illness. I don't know exactly out of these 3 who gets this sickness, but I'm sure everybody is sick in their own way. Some could have mental problems. Some could have heart problems. One of them could have something to do with their throat. Throat, okay? This is the information I received. Something to do with the throat. Throat or thyroid or something. Because they have harmed you. They spoke untrue about you. They framed you. They set you up. So their boomerang is illness. They are being exposed for who they truly are. People look at these people and let's say if somebody investigates this trio for harming you because there's some sort of situation was placed on your shoulder, I kind of feel like you were framed somehow. Something this trio did that made you go through a difficult, painful, bloody path of suffering, unprovoked, uncalled for. You were innocent all along. Because you look at these people and you were there to help. You were trust. There was trust, right? And they backstab you in your back. So I do see that people now looking at this community, this trio, that are now getting their boomerangs, and they shake their heads and they think, "Wow, they're so sick. They're sick people," right? I hear that specific term. They are the most sickest human beings. So whatever they did is truly the sickest of the sick. Clearly mentally unfit. Sick, okay? The card of a sickness here. Another boomerang for these people, your enemies that are now currently receiving, is guess what? Poverty. Sickness and poverty is their punishment, is their boomerang. You see? Poverty, sickness. This is their boomerang. This is their punishment. So judging by what I see here, because usually people receive boomerang for what they've done wrong, right? So it is of my opinion that they either made fun of you somewhere in the past that you were poor. They belittled you because you were poor, maybe financially disadvantaged, maybe you were going through a difficult period. But sure, it was tee ha ha, right? Or there could be another scenario that this trio wanted to profit on you. It could have been some sort of scam, corruption, perjury, fraud. There's some sort of financial gain that they gained. That's why the higher power removed their source of money. They will be in this state of poverty for the rest of their human mortal life. Or at least for as long as you were suffering for. And of course, there's an illness, physical illness, no money and sicknesses, to the point that they're bed rest. And they're angry. Angry. So they're already, I see, being punished. It is unavoidable. I was confident to say that whatever this trio has done to you, they cannot erase it. They cannot run away from their actions. They're solely responsible for what is happening to their own life. And I'm pretty sure they understand why this is happening, right? There's a knowledge that they know why there's poverty, why there's sicknesses. And to the point, I also see a card here of punishment, and a card of justice was on top of my deck, which also means legal punishment. These people will be legally punished as well. So whatever they did, I can assure you that they have, they will be, there's some sort of criminal actions that they utilized to do this to you. Legally they will be also punished. Aside from poverty and sickness, aside from that, there's also will be criminal incarceration, imprisonment, criminal record. Relevantly, you will receive a restitution for what you suffered, right? So this is not over. This is all leading towards the courts, towards the criminal trial and criminal proceedings. And they did it to themselves, you see? It's not your fault here. But at least, like I already mentioned to you earlier, that I admire you. I admire you because you did not run away. You carried that cross yourself, by yourself. Let's take a look. Why are these individuals that are now, like I said, full of boomerangs? Why were they? Why did they even decide that you would be a perfect punching bag, a pass for their own success? What did they wanted? What is this? What is joining these three people in this aggression towards you? Why? Ace of Wands. Right. Well, they wanted to some sort of new beginning, new start. Gain. They wanted to gain something because as Ace of Wands is about profit, new beginnings, right? It's a potential, it's leadership, it's some sort of new beginning they wanted. But as you can see, it's a false start, right? Vexation, something through some sort of vexatious proceedings, or some sort of illegal stuff. These people wanted some sort of new start for themselves. But it was short-lived. It was a false start. It was a fake start. I can tell you that whatever this trio wanted to get, they did not got. They lost everything. And they're losing everything. So what they hoped to get, they never got it. Or they could have got it at the beginning, but then they come to a realization that this was false. It was temporary. Okay, so what was that new beginning? Star card, wishes, right? Opportunities. There was some sort of opportunity, their wish fulfillment. They had a wish. They dreamt about it. They wanted it really, really much. They really wanted that hope, whatever they hoped for. They had a faith. It's an opportunity. It was supposed to be their wish fulfillment, success. They wanted success and they wanted some sort of opportunity, most likely financial. It was some sort of new start for them. They thought, okay, we'll set you up. We'll use you, we'll frame you as the stepping stool. And then we will just get our wish fulfillment towards success. There's some sort of success they want. It's money, right? Money. That's exactly one of their boomerang is poverty. Poverty. They didn't got that. They didn't got what they wanted. It was fake, false. They pretty much put all of this work to harm you, to target you, to abuse you. Just over time understand that they incarcerated themselves. Whatever here they did, it was their road towards incarceration. Now they're scared. They're scared. Of course they're scared. Trust me, they're not scared of God. These people had no God, but they're scared of the court. They're scared of incarceration. They know they're going to jail. They're scared of jail. They're scared of inmates in jail. They know what jail's like, maybe. Or maybe they thought they'll never get there. But they're really scared. Your enemies are afraid. Afraid. Yeah, they're going to prison. It's only a matter of time. Right now, they're stagnant. They can they no longer can take any action towards you. They cannot report you to the police. They cannot lie and fabricate evidence against you anymore. Right? This is what the Four of Swords means. Means that they are prohibited to use the law as a tool against you. So legally you have immunity, okay? Let me say this way. So you should feel confident and free that whoever these clowns are, the psychopathic sociopaths that are now receiving these boomerangs, they already got the message directly that there is nothing they can do to you. And right now, I see that they're afraid of being captive, meaning incarcerated. They really don't want to go to jail. They really don't. Right now, they have no money. Right now, they are sick. They're looked upon as the sickest people in the world. And guess what? Psychopaths who harm people belong incarcerated. They belong away. They have to be separated from a general population. We cannot afford some sick people running around doing sick things to innocent people. They must be removed and they must be isolated from a general population. Don't you agree? I agree. All because this sick, justice card come up. Truth, justice, accountability. They will be held accountable for what they did to you. It doesn't matter if they're scared. They had a big dream. They had a big wish. They wanted these new opportunities, these criminals. But they're not going to get away from that accountability. There's 100% legal accountability. Justice came up twice here. They will be incarcerated. And there's nothing they can do to get away with it. Nothing. Absolutely not a single thing. They will be punished. And matter of fact, everything leading towards that. Everything is leading towards that. Boomerang is just a beginning. They already gotten it. I see they're already poor. They're losing contracts. They have no money. Nobody wants to deal with these people because everybody know they're sick in the head. Everybody know they're psychopaths. Everybody know what they did to you. But they're very afraid. Let's see, look at the strengths card. See, strengths card in reverse. Repression. They don't want to be tied down, repressed. They lost their power. They have no power. Their power is strike out. Whatever power they thought they had, whether it is a legal power. Yeah, see the devil here. Again, devil. Materialistic obsessions. These people, to begin with, were obsessed with money. They were codependent. They were codependent with material things. They were chained by the devil himself. That's all they really wanted. They wanted power over you. They wanted money. So what was their wish? What was their wish? The wish to throw you under the bus. They wanted you to be disappointed, to be detained, to be arrested, to doubt yourself, to be afraid. That's what they wanted. They wanted to suppress you, right? Look at the strengths card and the devil together. That's exactly what they wanted. They wanted you to be suppressed, to be injured, to be repressed, to be weak. And these people have used everything they could possibly use in order to suppress you. through the demonic practices. What do I mean by demonic practices? Including witchcraft, including fear tactics, including psychological pressure, physical assault and pressure. They wanted to put that fear in you, so with hopes that you will back off, that you will accept these demonic conditions that this trio of sick people wanted to push down your throat. And you said, wait a minute, that's not how it's going to go. You didn't accept these terms. You did not accept the terms of these sociopathic people. Yes, it was difficult, but you accepted your fate. So their hope was that you will be detained and arrested before they will. That's what they hoped for. They hoped that they could frame you, arrest you, that you will be detained either in a psych ward or prison, that you will give up, right? That's what they hoped. But God decided otherwise. You understand? So now they're scared. Now they're scared. Oh, they're very scared. They're very scared because the Wheel of Fortune here, right? Now there's changes here. Changes, things changing. Everything leading towards restitution, accountability, keeping your enemies accountable, boomerangs, right? They will be punished to the maximum extent possible. They will receive maximum in criminal trial. They will receive maximum in a civil trial. They will receive maximum from the universe. There's no mercy here for your enemies. Not after what they did to you. No mercy. Maximum accountability. Maximum punishment. To the point that it's not even precedented. So yeah, there's a things changing here, okay? Wheel of Fortune here, changing. You should feel that energy. It's a very empowering energy of change. It's a new cycle begins for you. They didn't expect that. They really thought that they have this forever time frame to harm you. Aggression, slander, harassment, stalking, assault. They're getting away with their bullshit lies. No, that has ended. And because we do have a Wheel of Fortune, which is now its fate, right? It's a fate now. Now it's a destiny says, I'm in charge, right? Because this is how I feel it used to be for a long time. Misfortune. You were a victim of misfortune. There was chaos. There was failure in your life, bad luck, broken sequence. Same, right? I kind of feel like you felt like this suffering of yours will never end. That's what you felt. And there was a period in your life, it's not a year, I'm sure it's a long time, maybe for some of you even a decade. Whatever it is, your destined cycle, you can look it up. For some it's every 4 years, for some it's every 7 years, every 10 years. But for you, I feel like it was a very, very long cycle of suffering and pain. That you thought it's never changes. It's the same thing. When will it end? You ask yourself. When will it end? When will this misfortune end? But the reason it didn't end it, because of the sick people here, like I told you, the sickos that is now in poverty and sickness of their mind and physical body. 3 people here they show me. Because they never allow this to happen. They did everything so you stay in that locked cycle of chaos, destruction, and this demonic energy that they brought into your life, barged into your life like it's theirs, but it's not. So it is with confidence I want to let you know that Wheel of Fortune is now turning in your direction. in your favor. There's changes. There's good luck. Good fate awaits you. Happiness awaits you. Good karma. There's no bad karma anymore. Maybe some of these people wanted to put their bad karma on you. But why would you carry the cross that didn't belong to you to carry? Let these assholes carry their own crosses. And now they are. Now they are. They're not going to get away with nothing. I can promise you that they will not going to get away with nothing. If you know these people, okay, some of you may know these people, but like I said, Ace of Swords, right? What is this Ace of Swords? The truth, right? Punishment. Cutting them out. You're out, right? Get the hell out of your life. That's exactly what the universe is doing here. Removing, punishing. There's two people here, a couple, this sick people who did this to you, this man and a woman who did this to you, out. And it is the universe says, you clowns. Okay, yes, there was a third person, but if I feel like there was a couple here. Now this couple being removed, they will not harm you in your future because they will be incarcerated. That's number one. They will be incarcerated. Number two, they will never, under any circumstances, harm you again. Otherwise, they will go to prison again. Okay, or be sued again, right? And another thing, the universe punishing this couple, because there's a man and a woman here, a pair, maybe a couple, with poverty. Because at the end of the day, what this two sick pair ever wanted is financial abundance. That's all they wanted. Now, they will always be in need of money. And that's my wonderful collective, what greed does. They're greedy people, greedy pair. It was never enough for these sickos. They wanted more, right? Look at this devil. More, I take it. I will take it. Because this couple, this pair, are chained by the demonic obsession of their own greed. They are slaves of a devil because it was never enough money for this sick pair. And do you think they're going to get money? No. They'll lose everything. Everything. Everything will be lost. Now, that's what I'm talking about, Boomerang. So that's what's changing, my wonderful collective. It's a removal of this sick pair. Two people here, man and a woman, that did this to you. Because they wanted money. Never enough for these psychopaths. Never enough. That's okay. That's okay, like I said. For you, the period of suffering is over. It's really over. And you should feel positive changes in your life. You should feel. You should feel your luck coming back to you. You should feel more, contempt with yourself. You should feel more happy. Just a small little lucky things you will witness happening on every day that haven't happened perhaps for a decade for you. Because of this sick, idiotic man and a woman. There's no cure for stupid. I mentioned that before. There is no changing these fools. But one thing for sure, no money. Yeah, there's a woman here who's very promiscuous, maybe a man. Maybe some sort of couple that sleeps around with everybody. So the shallow people, shallow. You see, shallow, there's no depth. Surface only. There's no wind in the head. Easy money they wanted. Easy money, very promiscuous people. Whoever this man and a woman is, I kind of feel like there's no loyalty. They really thought they're above the law. They thought that they're the superstar, right? They wanted to be the star. Now they will be the star in jail. Shallow people. Yeah, falling apart. Everything falling apart into pieces for these people that harmed you. Everything. They're sick. They're poor. Nobody wants them. Everybody knows what they did to you. Like I already said, they truly looked upon as sick people. Whether cops already know and they look at this, maybe it's a woman, promiscuous woman, maybe it's a promiscuous man. Let's take a look who is this promiscuous here. Maybe it's a two pair that simply sleeping around with everybody, you know, thinking that they're so desirable. But now everything falling apart. They're not desirable, they're not wanted. Yeah, look at this page. What there is to say? Page, a nobody. And nobodies that wanted to be somebody. Really. And nobody that wanted to be somebody. Had this big desire, this big hope, this big wish to be somebody, but doesn't have this energy. And that's what the universe says, no. I'm going to put you back in a place where you should have been. And that is nobody. Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10 of swords. That's it. It's a shallow, promiscuous people that wanted, like I already said, they wanted to have a great life through lies, through deception that is now broken. And some sort of promiscuous people. If this is a woman, could be a female that, you know, had big wishes of success and wealth. It was short-lived. If it's a man, that is also promiscuous, because I feel the energy of promiscuity. It's not, this man and a woman most likely sleeps with other people to get what they wanted. There's definitely some sort of intimate relationship that allow these people at some point harm you, but it's no longer a secret. There's two people here that had an affair, two people that sleep with each other, perhaps. It could have been two friends that were, you know, promiscuous with each other, or in generally very promiscuous people, individuals, man and a woman here again, who could have slept with each other and come up with this lie, right? Because they wanted to be successful. Liars, sick liars, two nobodies that proclaimed themselves on top of the world and targeted you and targeted you and harmed you and harmed you until now they're sick and poor. So I see there's a falling apart. There's a, yeah, see, justice again comes up. It's a woman here, woman, see, woman, very ambitious. Queen of Wands, overly ambitious woman. She will be incarcerated. And I see she's very promiscuous. She's the one that slept with a man behind everybody's back. She's the one that knows how to manipulate men in a hotel rooms or her bedroom. You know what I mean? Promiscuous woman here. Her life is over. She's falling apart. In fact, by the card of promiscuous, nobody even wants her anymore. Nobody wants her. Nobody wants anything to do with her. She looks down as a crazy person. Nobody wants her, right? But she slapped her way up the ladder. You don't know? Do you know what I mean? She slapped her way up the corporate ladder. and the man that was with her did the same thing. So there's no secrets here. There's no secrets about whatever this woman did. Woman here is the initiator because she came up. She's trying to lie to the court, clearly, as you can see, right? She's lying. The man's lying. They're trying to say, no, We did not have an affair. No, we did not sleep with each other. No, I did not sleep with so and so and so to get what I got. That lies. Nobody buys that lies. In fact, the universe prohibits this female, promiscuous female, to continue lying. There's the end of the lies. And remember, she's that type of person that uses only lies as a defense. And even that she can no longer do. 3 cards in a different decks came up of justice. 3 cards. She is going to be sued. She's going to jail. Oh, 100% she was jealous. 100%. She's a gold digger. Of course she was jealous. She's a gold digger, pardon my French, H-O-E-R. That's who she is. And I'm telling you exactly the fact. A woman that sleeps her way around. At one point, she figured it out. If I do that, if I sleep with this man, I'll get that. If I sleep with this man, I'll get that. Because she has nothing to offer. Remember, she's a page. Nobody, small, no brains. But she found out the way that if she seduces man, she can do whatever she wants. And there was a man. There's a man with her. A man that is also promiscuous just like her. Same. 2 pair of a boot. 2 liars. 2 lovers, 2 liars. They thought that they could burden you, hurt you, and continue lying to the court. Continue lying to people. To run away. They won't run away. They won't run away. And I do see that whatever was taken away from you will come back to you. 9 of Pentacles. That is your energy. That is luck. That is abundance. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. You will be rewarded. Universe will reward you for what you suffered. When it comes to this sick woman and the man she slept with, had an affair with, ended up marrying him, doesn't matter. They both will be incarcerated. That is without doubt. Because there's law was involved here. So this is the end of your karmics. Was your victory. Yeah, rumors and gossip. This woman spread some sort of rumors about you. I don't know who is this H-O-E-R is. And that man with her. But they spread rumors about you. They gossiped about you. Jealousy, right? It's a jealousy. Of course she wanted you in prison. And I also see she will be fired. There's some sort of an official person that will be fired. A man and a woman. Could be a couple or a family. And there's some official person that will be discharged. Either fired from the office. Maybe a crown prosecutor. Judge. Lawyer. Minister. Politician. Some sort of official person will be fired. Will be fired. Because it was a man and a woman that did this to you. Maybe, like I said, the man could have been an official person that helped her. But she's promiscuous. They did have intimate relationship with each other. They did. So it was fraud. You were a victim of fraud. You see what I mean? So these people getting fired, there's no more good time. There's no more good luck for them. There's no more good fortune. Everything falling apart. It says, honor your growth and observe the shadows around you, right? Honor how far you've grown. Because like I already said, you've grown a lot, even though it was impossible. But you have made it. You have grown tremendously. This is would have not happened to you. This corruption and miscarriage of justice would have not happened to you if this man and a woman who could have been an official person did not prioritize their own wealth and power over their duties. They will be fired, they will be discharged from military or police, and they will have a criminal record, and they will be incarcerated. What I see, they cannot do anything to you. Their plans to harm you falling apart. In fact, their whole life is falling into pieces. Everything is falling into pieces. You can't break it. You cannot put it together anymore. It's broken. Everything's broken in your enemy's life. Everything. But you know what? They really thought, they were really confident that they'll get away with it. But like I said, God is in charge, not humans. The card of a woman, the card of secrecy, and the card of anger. Yeah, this woman, her life is broken apart. Everything she did, like I said, this lies that she created in order to get what she wanted, which is money, revenge, whatever she wanted, is falling apart, and she's angry. She's very angry. Woman is very angry currently. Very, very mad. She's very angry. This is the card of anger. She's angry because there's sun, clarity, right? Truth. I do see she's an alcoholic. There's a man with her who's also an alcoholic. These people made an agreement with each other. See, there was an agreement. This woman and a man. Both alcoholics. They're both addicted to alcohol. Drinkers. Maybe even drug addicts. But definitely alcoholics. So what do you expect? What do you expect from an individual? It doesn't matter whether they're an official person or not. They have a serious alcoholism. They have an addiction. Addiction that they cannot take control of themselves. What kind of responsibility or what kind of truth can you expect from an alcoholic? If, as far as I know, alcoholism is a disease. It's a terrible disease that changes a person's interpretation of events. How could an official person in the right mind know what they're doing in the first place if they are severely alcoholics? You were targeted by, I'm sorry to say that, promiscuous pair, drug addicts, and alcoholics. And they're supposed to represent the law. They're supposed to act in the best interest of the law. Are you kidding me? So yeah, that was the deal between them. Like I said, they made a deal. It was a secret, right? Secret. Woman says, shh, don't tell anybody. She made that deal to this man, who also promiscuous. Man, I see, is a narcissist. She's a narcissist. Both gold diggers and both alcoholics. No, they're like I said, their time is over. They know it. They feel it. They know it's over. I mean, if they till this point, like I said, cannot put two and two together, and if they still till this day so foolish, which is not a surprise, a person that has a severe drinking problems, it's not a surprise that perhaps they don't even know most of the time what is happening around them. But you know, they should probably open up their eyes and understand that their time of lies is over, and prepare themselves for for trial, for criminal trial, for justice, which will be served in your benefit. You will win, not them. Not them. So they made a deal. Like I said, it was a deal between two promiscuous psychopaths who wanted to punish you, who wanted success, who wanted some new beginnings for themselves, their hopes, whatever they hoped for. New beginning, I see, is for you. Like I already said earlier, your life is turning now in the right direction. And once again, Tower is a destruction of negativity. Okay, do not be afraid of the Tower card when it falls on you. Tower simply means that the universe cleansing your space from these two people. Okay, which means their plans are falling apart. There's the card of a hangman as well underneath of the deck, which signifies these people are now in a stagnant position. I guess the only thing they can do is to, drink, continue drinking. What else they gonna do? I mean, what else they gonna do? Not like they have anything else to do with their lives. So they're stuck here, see? Moon card again. There's an emperor and the judgment, and there's incarceration. There's a man here that will be incarcerated. Now, like I said, a man for some reason comes up as an official person. Maybe a woman isn't an official person, but mostly a man comes up here as a power. Someone here had power, legal power, to harm you. That's probably the official person that will be fired and discharged and incarcerated. But this man, as you can see already, a liar, he's also chained. He doesn't want to lose his power. But he will. He will, because judgment's here. Eight of Swords here. These people are going to jail. Like I already said, they're going to jail. They will not be able to harm you ever again. Ever again. Their affair is exposed. Their deal is exposed because they had a deal together. Their lies is over. They can't lie anymore. Who is this emperor here? Emperor, yeah, the one that framed you. Lawyer. The lawyer framed you. Okay, the lawyer. The judge, maybe. Or a person who has a law degree, right? Lawyer means a person who graduated law school, got his bachelor's of law or master's of law. Lawyer here. Corrupt lawyers. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Last time I checked, lawyers should have good money. Why target civilians? Not enough? Or wait a minute, well, maybe this woman does something incredible. Who knows? I guess we'll find out throughout disclosure what kind of incredible tactics this woman had for this man, lawyer, to frame you. Anyways, jail. It's both of these people are so sick in the head that is honestly makes me sick to my stomach, makes me sick. Despair is disgusting human beings. But I do know they will be in jail. I do know they will be incarcerated. And I also do know that they will never, ever have any financial abundance for the rest of their lives. Ever. That's that. And that is their boomerang. They should have not framed you. Lawyer framed you. Some sort of lawyer. Judge, cop, crown prosecutor, prosecutor office. Maybe your defense lawyers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who. This man and a woman had a deal with each other. Yeah, to frame you. Look at this. 5 of Pentacles. There they are. He comes up as a short one, crippled. Okay, crippled. She looks like she's a bit more taller. He's crippled. Maybe he's older. Right, he's sick. And the woman here comes up like she has a redhead. But once again, doesn't have to be. Well, that's exactly who these people are now. They look sick and they look poor. Sick and poor. This is the card of sickness and poverty. And that came up already 3 times. That is a boomerang for your enemies who abused their power, abused the process for their own sake, for their own material gain, and whatever it is they wanted to gain. For you, my wonderful collective, complete change of destiny. Complete. Luck is returning back to you. And I do see that you will be very successful and very wealthy. In other words, you will receive triple of what was taken from you. Tripled. Okay. All right, my wonderful collective. This was once again a reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.